There's a hungry group of people. They're tired of pretending. They're tired of fixing the outside while dying on the inside. They're tired of Christian culture without Christ closeness. They're tired of being strong, but secretly empty. See, I'm not sure most people are ready for this truth, but I do hope that there's at least a few. So here it goes. Some people would rather keep the pain that they know so well than face a freedom that they've never met before. Because pain that you know feels safer than healing that you don't know. See, familiar pain has rules. You know where it lives. You know how it hurts. You know how to survive it. But freedom, it's unknown. It has no map, no script, no guarantees. And for someone who learns survival before safety, pain becomes predictable. But freedom feels risky. Pain doesn't ask you to change. It just asks you to endure. But the truth is that God never called you or I to manage our wounds. He calls us to let him heal them. See, unfamiliar freedom is not chaos. It's life without chains. You see, about 5 years ago was when I quit being afraid of life without chains. I would say I wanted authenticity, but what I really wanted was filtered vulnerability. The kind that's safe, controlled, and doesn't make anyone too uncomfortable. So what I come to learn was that most Christians I knew were the same as me. Oh, they would tell the preacher to preach the truth, but not be willing to be honest about their own sin and struggles. Because it's easier to shout amen than to say, I was wrong. So no, everyone's not ready for your honesty and transparency, but Jesus is, and he invites it. All throughout the Gospels, Jesus never once rebukes honesty, but he does rebuke hypocrisy several times. Go read the story of the Samaritan woman in John 4 and look at how Jesus handled transparency and honesty. But here's the other side. There's a hungry group of people. They're tired of pretending. They're tired of fixing the outside while dying on the inside. They're tired of Christian culture without Christ closeness. They're tired of being strong, but secretly empty. See, these people are desperate for someone brave enough to be real first. Maybe that's you. From time to time, someone will visit our church and then follow up their 1-hour visit with a letter about everything that we should be doing or things that we could do better or things that we're doing wrong. And I think it's amazing that they learn so much about our church mission and culture in that 1 hour. See, we don't do things like everyone else does, but we don't want a fake culture like so many have. We don't have a performance culture. We make more about being the church than we do about having church. See, titles mean nothing to our church family. We don't want someone to sit in a crowd and struggle in silence. We don't want someone to value an altar call more than an altered life. See, some would rather see you go to an altar than get in the trenches with you to help your life become altered. See, it's just easier that way, See, I've learned that transparency may not attract crowds, but it will build kingdom connections. That's what the person is missing that attends a 1-hour service and then offers their criticisms as to how we should do things differently. See, you don't see the kingdom connections that are going on, that have produced lives that are completely transformed. You don't see the delivered drug addict or alcoholic. You don't see the young man that's currently struggling with marijuana, but finally has a place that he can be honest about his struggle without the fear of being cast out. You don't see the young woman that has survived an abusive relationship and is now in a place of deeper kingdom connections that speak life into her abused heart and healing into those deep wounds that she has received. Not everyone is ready for that kind of honesty and transparency, but I can assure you that Jesus is, and so are we. It might not feel good at first, but it will lead to freedom. And I'd rather you see my scars and be free than to hide them and live in my own personal prison for the rest of my life. See, Jesus didn't sacrifice his life, so you or I would sit and suffer in silence. Love you guys.